What's up, guys? In this video, I'm going to give you a high-level overview of how to text girls. This is going to be a basic framework that you can use to message girls from start to finish. So what are the key components of good text game? Opening, building investment / vibing, screening, optimally closing, and confirming. And it's really as simple as that. Now, you might have seen other videos talking about sexting or qualifying or just some other advanced concepts. And you're wondering, where do all of those play in? Yes, those are things that can add a lot of value to your overall texting success. However, they're not necessary. You can meet plenty of girls without ever sexting them, without ever qualifying them. But you're not going to meet plenty of girls without opening them, without optimally closing them, without confirming. So in this video, we're going to focus on the absolute fundamentals and explain how every single one of those work so you have the raw tools to message any girl. All right, so let's break each one of these down in more detail. First, you have the opener. And the goal here is very simple. It's just to get the conversation going and to get it going on the right track. So if you say something like, yo, bitch, you might get the conversation started, but it's not going to be a positive dynamic. Also, if you send her a long pickup line, she might also respond, but that's going to be a more chasing frame, which is also not the dynamic you want to carry over. So I like to keep my openers very simple, very straightforward, one sentence or less. You don't want to be sending her long lines or anything that's overly complicated anyway. Some openers that worked really well for me in the past are things like, hey, I like your style, or you're just my type, or hey, potential lover. Or maybe even, can I be honest? And she'll say, oh, what do you need to be honest about? And I'll hit her with a, you're just my type. For more information on openers, check out this video. We tested 10 of the top openers on the internet, and we give you the exact response rate for each one of them. But again, the goal here is simplicity. Just get the conversation started, and then you can move on to the next stage. After the opener, you have building investment and vibing. So think of this as getting her talking, just getting the conversation really flowing. You want to take her from just writing back a few words to sentences and ideally even paragraphs. The more invested she is, the more likely she is to follow through on any plans you make, the less likely she is to flake or ghost or do any of that, because people want to see a return on the investment that they put in. And if she puts in no investment, well, then she really doesn't have any skin in the game. You might be thinking, okay, but how the fuck do I get her invested? Investment primarily boils down to two things. First is relevance. So if you come up to me and you talk to me about the YouTube algorithm, that's going to be a topic I'm going to be very interested in because it's very relevant to my life. But to a random chick who's not a YouTuber, she's not going to give a shit about that at all. So same exact topic, but holds complete different value for different people. So what you want to do is you want to look for things that are going to be relevant to her. So for example, she has a lot of tattoos, then that's definitely going to be a goldmine. But if she doesn't have any tattoos and she has no plans of getting one, then she's not going to give a shit about that. You know, if she looks like she's into anime, then cosplay is going to be a big hit. But to a hot party girl, if you start talking about cosplay, she's going to be like, what the fuck is this guy on, right? Whenever I see a chick who has a dog, I know that one is going to strike hard because, again, dog owners are usually very passionate about their dog. And, of course, there's some general topics that are going to be relevant to most girls. So one is travel. I find that pretty much every chick, especially one who has somewhat of an adventurous side, is going to be into travel. Question I like to say is, are you from here originally? Because Miami, where I live, is a city of, immigrants, and so that's going to also be very relevant to her. Well, no, I grew up in Colombia, but then I moved here, blah, blah, blah. That's going to be a topic that's going to really get things going as well. The second part of this is perceived value. So imagine Leonardo DiCaprio comes up to you or some really hot girl and starts talking to you about something you're very passionate about. You're going to be very engaged in that conversation, but imagine the same exact topic, but it's a homeless guy. You're not going to be as engaged. So it could be the same exact topic, but the only thing that's different is the perceived value. We're going to want to invest our energy into people who we think have a high perceived value. Now, the good news is that if she matched with you on a dating app, chances are she thinks that you already have a decent amount of perceived value. Unfortunately, what happens is most guys start up over here, and then as they become needy, as the conversation goes on, as they brag, as they get overly gamey, they lose perceived value. So that's the pattern most guys follow. You don't want that to be you. You want to keep your perceived value high, ideally even higher. And you can do that through just being a cool, normal guy, through having a sense of humor, and through also slipping in some subtle displays of value. So I'll walk you guys through an example how I might do that, right? So what are some things that are going to have value for me? Well, I have a cute husky, as you've seen in my other videos, and I have a few tattoos, right? So a lot of chicks are going to find my tattoos interesting. But I don't want to just say, hey, do you know I have a husky and a cute tattoo, right? Because that's going to be bragging. So what I might say is, hey, how's your day going? And she'll say, oh, good. How about you? I say, good. Just hanging out with this guy. And send her a picture where, I'm playing with Rhaegar and that just so happens to show off my tattoo, right? So I display a lot of value in that sentence, right? So again, you want to keep your perceived value high, and you want to keep the topics relevant to her, and that is going to get you a lot of investment. Also, vibing comes down to just shooting the shit, having a sense of humor, cracking jokes, using the we frame. Check out the video I did on the 3 principles of flirting. They're going to break down more techniques you can use in detail. Next, you have screening. Now, this can go before, during, or after vibing, and you build investment. But generally speaking, if you like a girl and you want to increase your odds of things working out, then you want to get a little bit of investment before you screen, because that way she's more likely to give you the real scoop, really just say, what's up? Now, there's 2 ways you can screen. You can do it explicitly, which is something like, what are you looking for on here, right? It's a very direct question. And then, at that point, she'll be like, oh, papa, I want this. And, I got to try anal with, blah, blah, blah. Or you can screen implicitly, where you never actually ask her that. You look for the little things, like what are her communications telling you about her intentions and what she wants. Now, the reason it's important to screen is you want to be in a mindset that you have a lot of abundance, and you don't want to waste your time with girls who are really not on the same page as you. It's not fun for her, it's not fun for you. You want to find chicks that are more or less on the same page with you. So again, you can screen very explicitly, you can screen implicitly, and it doesn't have to be screening based on whether she's CTF. It could be screening on whether your personalities are going to line up. Like, one of the ways I screen is I'm just very unfiltered and I crack a lot of jokes. And if it's a chick who gets triggered super easily, I want to screen her out before the date, because she's not going to like me anyway. So again, there's numerous ways you can screen, and there's different methods you can use to screen, but it is important to screen at least a bit in the conversation. Next up, we have optimally closing, and the key word here is optimally. I find that this is the part where a lot of guys fuck up. They put in all this work, they get a girl interested, they get her invested, and then you just get a little lazy or sloppy on the close, and the whole thing just fizzles out. So there's really 3 simple steps you need to follow here. First is the soft close. So this would be something like, we should get together sometime soon, or let's split a bottle of wine soon. Basically a general statement that's very easy for her to agree to. If she has any unanswered concerns or objections, this is going to be a time where she's going to voice them. So you give her that opportunity. After that, you have the part where you figure out her schedule. So there'll be a question like, what's your schedule like? Or you might give her multiple choice, you free Thursday or Friday night. But basically what you don't want to do is just pull dates out of your ass and just hope that they stick, right? That's a very suboptimal strategy. So for example, if you just pull a date out of your ass and you say, hey, let's do Friday night at 8 o'clock. Like, she might want to meet you, she might be super down, and she might think, well, maybe if I just do this earlier and I do that, and then she starts thinking about it, she's like, I'll have to get back to this guy, then she forgets to respond, and then, day of the proposed date, she feels guilty, and she's not sure what to do, and just something this stupid causes the whole thing to fizzle out. And it sounds super retarded, but situations like this happen all the time, and you can avoid them just by simply figuring out her schedule. And then last up, you have the hard close. So this would be something like, cool, let's do Friday night, say 8 o'clock. So this is when you lock in the exact date or time. And it's important as well. You don't want to be super vague and just be like, cool, yeah, we'll do this or that, right? You want to actually lock in a date and time, but you only do that after you get her to agree to the general idea of meeting up with you and after you figure out her schedule. Last but not least, we have confirming. This is a very simple step, but a crucial one, and also another one where a lot of guys fuck up. Because if you don't confirm, yes, some girls will take initiative and actually try to confirm on you, but most girls, they're just going to think that you're flaking on them and they're going to make other plans. Some girls might even prematurely flake on you to avoid being flaked on. It's kind of ironic, but it's also sad and easily avoidable. So, for example, if you made plans on Wednesday for Friday night, then you can just text her the day off. And what I will do is I'll typically get the conversation going again. Some might say hola linda or send her Ryan Gosling meme. Then when she responds to that, then I'll go to confirm. I'll say, hey, still good for tonight. Now, if I had made plans, let's say like 5, 6, 7 days ahead of time, then I might text her the night before or even 2 days before and give her a gentle reminder. So I say, hey, how's your Thursday going? She'll say, good. What about yours? I'm like, good. Just finished a big workout. Looking nice and fit for our date, right? So that's kind of a nice little reminder. Or I might even say, excited to meet you tomorrow, right? Again, just want to remind her of our date to make sure that she's aware of it and she doesn't make other plans. Because a lot of girls, if you don't do that, you're going to get flaked on when it can be very easily avoidable. And that's basically text game in a nutshell. By following these 5 steps the way I described, you're going to significantly increase your success with women. Hopefully you guys found this video valuable. Show me some love by smashing the like button, hit the subscribe button, clicking the bell for notification. Also take our free text game quiz to find out exactly where your messaging skills are at this point. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments below. And until next time.